You might have seen this graph before, which shows troubling differences between populations. So the question becomes, why the disparity? There are three broad explanations: structure, culture, or genetics. But we're only permitted to openly discuss two of them. One has become the enforced dogma of elite institutions, one is tolerated as folk wisdom, and one is so restricted it can't even be openly studied. This isn't a search for truth, it's a managed conflict designed to be fought in a voting booth instead of resolved in a lab. Structuralism, championed by academia and corporate policy, claims disparities are solely the product of systemic racism and oppression. Poverty, biased institutions, and historical trauma cause lower IQ and bad outcomes. The solution is to dismantle and rebuild society. It removes agency from individuals and groups, placing all responsibility on an amorphous, often invisible system. Supporters point to well-documented histories of discrimination and the compounding effect that those can have across generations. Politically, this theory aligns closely with modern neo-Marxism, which reinterprets society through identity-based power dynamics. Culturalism is popular with the public, but marginalized in elite circles. It claims disparities stem from group culture. Values, family norms, and attitudes toward education and work are seen as the primary drivers of outcomes. A bad culture produces lower IQ. The solution is assimilation and personal responsibility. Supporters highlight groups who succeeded despite discrimination, attributing it to strong cultural norms and work ethic. Politically, this theory sympathizes with colorblind meritocracies, where individual agency is favored. Geneticism claims average innate biological differences in cognitive capacity and behavioral predispositions explain the gaps. Here, lower IQ is the cause of cultural and socioeconomic problems, not the result. It argues that average biological differences produce different outcomes, and that environmental interventions have a limited effect. This position is not just criticized, it is illegal to research in many nations. Grants are impossible, careers are destroyed for pursuing it. Supporters cite the persistence of IQ gaps across time, geography, and socioeconomic levels, patterns they argue culture or structure alone cannot fully explain. Politically speaking, this theory favors fringe ideologies due to its suppressed status. Everyone can agree that structure, culture, and genetics all influence outcomes to some degree. The real debate is about which factor dominates. Academia wants to force the structuralist position down our throats. But let's be honest, it's not enough. The structuralist framework removes all agency and ignores that some groups face greater visible obstacles, yet outperform, while others enjoy visible advantages, yet underperform. These contradictions weaken a structural explanation. The argument relies on the existence of invisible, unfalsifiable forces in a system that can never be precisely measured or reformed. This, combined with the insufficiency of the structuralist and culturalist positions, has resulted in a radicalizing community of people that see the geneticist position as a suppressed truth. Without being allowed to actually study it and get into how structure, culture, and genetics impact a population's IQ, we're stuck in endless infighting. What do we fear more? Uncomfortable answers or a permanent political Cold War built on ignorance?